Okay, sawa. So now you're still a group Nanoma. Are you producing for the group at this time?
Yeah, now once we left Lucas, now I started now producing for the group.
When was the first time you did what was the first production that you did, and when did you start producing?
I mean, I started in 97. The first song we did in Nanoma, I produced it. I mean, I played the keys, I hummed the melodies. Ambrose helped me technically. Just give it, a proper feel and vibe. But the first the first song like I can say of Nanoma that we really started was after we left Ogopa. Then immediately we left Ogopa, we approached Ted, because Ted Josiah was Big Mike's cousin. So he gave us a ridiculous quote of an album, 400K, in 2001. Where do you even start? Even today, an album is not 400K. And in first, he said that figure, I thought he was joking. I asked him again, how much? Yeah, he said, just bring 100K, everyone. We'll do the album. I was like, how do I even tell my mom? Where do I even start? How do I even tell her to give me money to do the album? So, I just looked at the other guys. I was like, this is not our home. But Ted did for us one song called Tafadhali. With Waire used to work there. So actually, that song was completely produced and done by Waire. I had no input in it. So after that's when now I took over completely as the sole producer.
So what were you producing on that time?
All the songs from Nanoma, most of them never went on air.
Yeah, but where did you produce?
In the bedroom. I closed my bank account, the one my mom had opened for me since I was a kid. I took 14K from it. Went to Lucas and brought Fruity Loops, Samplitude and Waves. Wave Lab. And a few plugins, Sonic Foundry, some compressors here, there. Then I went to a basement at Embassy House. Now it's a Prime Minister's office. There used to be a Japanese exhibition there like once a month. So I went and bought this Akai system. Speakers. I bought 2 Akai speakers and an amplifier. And we already had a computer at home. So I took it to my bedroom, locked myself in, cut stickers of 50 cents, the source, 5 mics, pasted the entire wall.
And that was your introduction?
That was my studio. So nilikuwa na studio. So I started. So that's why I started. So now, and also by that time, Nanoma is disintegrating. Toshi has flown out. Mike has gone to campus. Steve is doing piloting. So basically, it's just me and Mike who I kept in touch. But I mean, we couldn't do much. Like even I have like 3-4 songs with Mike only. The other guys were not available for those sessions. Yeah, but it just got to a point where like not even now Mike went to campus. So for me, I was like, I need to move on. So now that's when I went to Kalamashaka, to Ukoo Flani.
When was the first time you met Kalamashaka?
2001. That was the end of 2001. Towards the end. So beginning 2002, I started now recording them and doing for them beats. So for like the entire 202, mid 203, I was just working with Ukoo Flani. I did for them almost over 75 tracks. Over 75 tracks. Some are here never recorded. Never recorded.
So you'd make the beats in your room?
Silly. That time was
so you carried you carried?
No, I would make the beats at home. Then we used to hire a studio in town called Soundscribe. So we'd go to the studio in town and record the vocals. So we would record vocals in different places. Then when Ninka came to do now the Ukoo Flani project, that Kilio Chahaki, she set up a studio in Doni. So now we started now moving most of the sessions there. But most of those sessions I wasn't there. It was Cheese and Brain who would record. So like the Dandora Banning album, yes, the tracks were all mine, most of them. Most of the tracks I did them. So actually it was me and Cheese and Brain. So they used my tracks. So Cheese was the one who engineered the project. I came later into the project as a mix engineer. So I mixed the project later. But the recording process was handled by Cheese at that point. Yeah.
And at this time, all your production is all self-taught?
Everything. And just observing. But you see, I was lucky because I started in a proper setup. I started in a setup where the foundations were right. So the concepts and the basics were set. You see, right now somebody's getting into production with a laptop. They don't understand signal chain, gain, auxiliaries. They don't know any of that stuff. So when they open these softwares, they're like, I mean, sometimes I used to get sessions for mixing and somebody has just put reverbs on all the channels. I'm like, dude, who does this? What's the point of an aux channel? I'm like, it's ridiculous. Just because you have plugins, you can just dump them. Because sometimes I tell guys the specs of my machine, they're like, then how do you handle all those? But if you know what the hell you are doing. So for me, I came from that school of thought. You have one reverb unit, you have 3 compressors, you have 8 tracks to work with. Manage them. Make a song out of 8 tracks. I'm seeing a guy recording a hi-hat on its own track. I'm like, dude, you're wasting. So they don't learn to comp sounds. They don't learn to play with sounds to utilize the resources they have. For me, I had done music for 4 years, way before I ever saw a wave file. I would splice by ear, Scrabble on the edit machine. You lock, you hear the transient. You know it's called a transient because it's a transient tab button. So I mean, I got the right foundation. I would say that is what squarely saved me. I just came into the industry before the digital phase went full blown. And a lot of guys now don't have that kind of training. So I was just lucky.
Tell me a few songs.
So what that taught me is, so that taught me to listen to music in a very, guys look at wave files. For me, 4 years, like over 10 songs, not a single wave file. I didn't even know how my kick looks like. I had to set it by ear, completely.
Oh. Let's move a bit like this.
Okay.
Okay, no, it's cool. Okay, so I don't want to run over these Kalamashaka production things that you work, because there's some big songs there. Like, tell us, how was it recording them and what songs did you record?
So the first time we went to the studio with the Ukoo Flani guys, the first song we did was Dandora Luv. Dandora Luv, then a song for Juliani that I don't even remember the song. That was the first time Juliani went to a studio. The studio was called FIBA. It was in Hurlingham. I remember they didn't even have bus fare. So I went and begged my mom for 2 sock. That time 2 sock is a lot of money. I'm like, Mom, I'm taking these guys to the studio. Can you just give us some money? My mom, she was a bit supportive, but she was like, you have to still go to campus. So I would use my allowance, then pay for the transport and everything for the sessions. We contributed like 3 Gs. We did about 6 songs. So some of those songs, that's where Dandora Luv came out. Then DC Nasisi was recorded by a friend of mine called Edinari, who had a studio in town. Then,
Edu G?
Yeah, not Edu G.
Oh.
Edu G had a friend called Edinari. Even that song that you've had, that name Sound Scribes, that's Edu G.
Edu G of Black Star.
Yes, that's Edu G. So Edu G had a friend called Edinari. He used to be in Calabash. So
the chances of me saying Edu G and it's Edu G was a friend called Edu G.
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
So he gave us the studio where we recorded now Dandora, DC Nasisi. So but the Punchline Kibao, Angalia Sal, those were recorded at that studio in Donholm.
And those are songs you produced?
I did the tracks. Chizan recorded them, I mixed them later. Yeah, so Kina Bouncing, Mizani, all those. Now that time, those guys had gotten a studio. But also that time I had moved to Homeboys. Yes.
They had moved to Homeboys?
I had gone to Homeboys, I had joined Homeboys.
Okay, tell us about, just before you tell us about the introduction into Homeboys, what would you say that there's anything that you learned from the Kalamashaka experience?
Yeah, that being a radical and hard stance doesn't help. So you see, I mean, now staying with them now, I was like, yo, I don't see where this is gonna go. So that's like after 1 year, because I started the whole of 2002 I was with them. So beginning 2003, because I met Issa like 2 weeks before he died, and I'd already now started feeling like, my music, where I want to go. Yeah, well, this is not. So I met him. We had chicken and chips. We chatted in length. He was just about to finish his album. I think he had even finished, but it was not released. Yeah, so we just chatted. I mean, we had a lengthy chat. Yeah, so I mean, I just told him misunderstanding, you know. I was being radical. I mean, I didn't understand where the music was going. But he had no problem with us. And 2 weeks later, I went to his funeral. I mean, I was in disbelief. I was like, yo, I could talk to this guy and next minute. Because I remember I talked to Hisa, then I went to Mombasa. I traveled to Coast. I got the information. I learned about the accident when I was having lunch in Mtwande on my way back that Sunday. So I heard on the news, like, mwanamuziki mashuhuri Samari alifariki jana usiku. So I was on my way back to Nairobi. So on Monday I went to their place. So his body, they took him to Kariako. And yeah, and for me now there I went full-blown commercial. I left hip-hop. I didn't leave hip-hop, but as in my philosophy just changed. I was like, you know what? If you still want to achieve what you want to achieve, I mean, you have to you have to create new opportunities.
Content yangu ni heavy sana. I have a lot to say still.
In fact, let's talk about the third album. Maybe not as big as the... Okay, first of all, let's talk about Tawala. Because that came back and again, in a space where when you were going down, came and brought you and propelled you again. It became the biggest song in the country.
Yeah, even now.
Like you could sing it anywhere. Across
Garissa. I performed it in Garissa. I performed it anywhere, everywhere. The good thing about Tawala is that it was commissioned by KTN.
KTN?
Yeah, they paid for it because that time was election period and they wanted something to play on the background. So John Alanamu approached and said, hey, Niaji, can we do something? So in their mind, they were just they didn't tell me, they wanted just something simple. So me nikona, hey, Buddha. So I decided, I called Deal in my house. I had the equipment. After doing the music summit, I had the studio equipment there. But you know, I didn't even need to, as long as I got the verses right, the chorus was already there. So I dreamt the chorus somehow, 2 days or something before that. I dreamt the melody.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the words. And that's when I dream melodies, I always forget. But this one I remembered. So I mean, it's called Deal in my house, set up. I wrote the verses there and then 20 minutes I sent to John Alanamu. Ziko sawa uko poa? John Alanamu, I think they still
didn't
understand because they just wanted a montage. Something to run at the back when the election things are going. I did the chorus up faster, got the words right, sent it to them while it's cheesy. And then what was happening, kumbe they were playing it every night.
Wow.
So people didn't know I was the one singing, but they used to love the chorus.
Yes.
So the verse were not even
yes,
playing.
Yeah. Oh yes, they only used to play the chorus.
They just only used to play the chorus. What? So me, I didn't know. Kumbe they were playing the chorus. I didn't watch TV as much. So kumbe they used to play. Uwe hai, shagala bagala, niko tayari kulipa gharama, sitasimama maovu yake. Buddha, I got that one right.
You got it right.
That one I hit it. Hey, that one I got it, bro.
You came back. Like, you know, that was a good one because it made a lot of people shut up. And a lot of guys were like, okay, yes, all these new guys were coming. Yes, gospel is not as big as it used to be. And yes, you know, all these, the new artists are coming. But that just came and...
Because me, even if I'm not producing, I'm always writing.
Till today?
Yeah, I'd even say if I sit down, if you look at my phone, I write every day. I write articles, I read. So I'm consistently doing something. So,
in fact, talking about writing articles. Hold on. Let me change this battery. Hapa tumebonga. Change the battery. We'll be back.
Jowa raise funds, itabidi raise hands. Growing concern, breakfast za croissant. Ataki punguze bei ya bidhaa. Tunataka opportunities ndio tu afford hizo bidhaa. Walisema kutembea kwingi ndio kuona mengi. Nimeshinda nikitembea. na sijaiona kazi. Siwezi cheza golf venye Tiger Wood. Mambo si barabara chingu. Naomba jani masses, chakula fike tumboni ikitoka kwa sahani. Policeman mwalimu daktari ananushia tear gas, na mtoto wake anarudishwa nyumbani ana school fees.
Niko njaa hata siwezi karanga, ohe hae shagala bagala. Niko tayari kulipa gharama, sitasimama maovu ya kitawala, sitasimama maovu ya kitawala.
Ufisadi, ubinafsi, ukabila, kuuza sura wataki kuuza sera. Undugu ni kufa,
sitasimama maovu ya kitawala, sitasimama maovu ya kitawala.
Mavoko kutoka kaunti ya Mavoko.
Exactly. So okay, Juliani. Yani, you're one artist I can talk to for 4 hours. You then went and released a third album. You've done a song, I don't know, with Diamond, with all the biggest artists in Africa. You get. In fact, let's talk about that collabo. It's part of when you were doing your NGO stuff.
I was invited to do with the Bono organization to do a song, part of the Agric. So I was getting into agriculture, climate change things that back then. So, and that's the first time I met actually Gilad, is when they had me speak at a youth event. And then the boss and him approached me on the side and say, hey, wow. So Gilad, he had some kasuta hapo looking a certain way. He told me, hey, before you know it, we're having a deal with them. I'm doing a tour, agriculture.
Farming is cool.
Farming is cool tour. So I did 6 counties. They were not as successful, but we did some stuff. Later, the ripple effect was really powerful. And Gilad, I understand why he's big now, because the guy really is good at his PR. Actually even opened up, the first time Nani came, Chronics came, I opened up for him.
Yeah.
I opened up at KICC.
That's insane.
So, but this NGO stuff, because my music was, people also assumed in their mind that I'm that kind of a person. So because of 1 or 2 songs. But if you listen to my catalog, it's not, it's realistic, but it's never political as such.
Yes.
I have political issues around, but it's always issue-based, social or something.
Exactly.
With a taste of faith. So now they got me.
In fact, yours, that's perfectly explained. You're about how do I make my faith known to bring about change where there is, what's the word? Where people have less. Have it be poverty, have it be mind space thinking.
Yeah, because people, every individual everybody needs answers. So that's why people follow. The reason why people follow politicians and all these big people is because it's convenient for them not to think. So they delegate their thinking to other people. So that's why they leave politicians, celebrities, and whatever. So they delegate their thinking. You don't want to think. It's too hard. Thinking is hard. It's difficult. Or taking responsibility for your life is difficult. That's why you'd rather have a politician take that for you, or somebody else.
That's insane.
So our responsibility is to break that chain. The same way it was broken for me, because for me, I was a victim all through. Me, I was a victim of circumstances. I knew I was stuck in this hole and I will never come back. And then one day I realized,
Huda, afanya nini huku? Exponential potential.
I realized, kumbe I have something to offer, bro. Kumbe everything that I ever went through is perfectly right for this moment. So me, I'm not a victim. I have something to offer. So when I'm on the table, I have something to offer. I might be quiet or listening, but when it's necessary for me to speak, I'll speak. So every human being wants to delegate that responsibility. That's why people like things easy. And it's scientifically proven every day. Humans, like even in advertising, they use the seven deadly sins to advertise.
Yeah.
They use since people are envy, they use envy to advertise to you. So they tell you, you look better, that person will like you, or I mean that ule jamaa atashikwa na wivu akikuona umevaa hivi. So that's why you see the ads the way they nini. Or you will see they use anger to advertise. So they use sloth. So always all the advertisement is about.
You don't have to work too hard.
You don't need to work. You just need to sit and reach it, and you will get it. So because people have delegated their responsibility to other people. So it's our responsibility to break those chains, man. That's the power of music, and that's why we are doing all these things. We can do it in our lifetime or not. We will die probably, but at least we will have done something. But at least you can trace that I've tried at least. So when I released Exponential Potential, I had already had ideas. I was a little bit confused after Exponential Potential because I tried all these things, and that's what this. So every time I'm always on a transition. So after Pulpit Kwa Street, of course I'm big, I'm Juliani and everything, but of course I go for meetings and I only get 20,000 or 500,000 for a project that will cost us
5 million.
5 million. They are willing to give 5,000 or 5, or we are not understanding each other. So mini Juliani, because I'm in your mini Juliani, why is it that it doesn't resonate? It doesn't get that value of your company or whatever. And then I understood why.
So you enter the partnership value.
You are coming for sponsorship. You're not coming for partnership. Because kwa partnership, you're presenting something on the table, and they're presenting something on the table, and then you align. And then they will be willing to give something. So my partnership with Kenyan Association of Manufacturers right now is the same. It's partnership. It's not sponsorship. You have something, I have something. So that's a different level of relationship. So I was a little bit frustrated with things then, because I could go to the office, I could have meetings with people, but we never went forward. But at the same time, I look at myself and I'm like, okay, I realized that kumbe I wasn't answering their questions.
You're coming to take.
I was just coming to thinking that I have the answers. Kumbe I wasn't answering their questions. I didn't even know what question they were asking. So I just came with a solution that didn't fit. Because it was a good idea doesn't mean they like it, or it will make sense to them, or it will contribute to their bottom line, or it will contribute to their philosophy or whatever, or vision for the company. So I got confused kidogo, and then before I realized it. So that happening, I'm not in a relationship again with my girlfriend. I have a baby, I'm confused. I'm Juliani at the same time, so there's standards and expectations. And another relationship that I'm not fully in, or I'm disturbed because I'm still confused and I have issues. And of course, people don't get it, or it's not an excuse. You are a man. You're a man, bro. So you're the person people are looking at. Everywhere you go, everybody's looking at you. Who do you run to? Who do you cry to? Because your family thinks you figured it out. So you can't go back to Dandora to cry.
Exactly. You're the one who's left here.
And then your peers, you can't talk to them a certain way. Always you can't. And you yourself don't know where it is. So things went well, uzuri. I released Exponential Potential. I think it's one of my best works. But the reason I didn't promote it is because I had an idea. My ideology was release it. I had 7 videos done with Enos. Release every month. Don't tell anybody, just release it. It's to measure how watu wanakubeba. So I released. Didn't go promo or whatever, which I don't think was a good decision. I would have gone all out on it. But also I was not meeting people. I didn't want to have meetings.
In a different space.
But I didn't want to have meetings with anybody. I didn't want to promote something. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want. And when that happens, I'm on a transition. So now I've figured out that when I'm always on transition, God is about to do something. So I have figured out, that's when I launched my msanii. And I hate explaining myself, so I do things so that you'll figure it later. I did my msanii, I have these amazing ideas, I have customer bora. Now I figured it out that, oh, now I'm creating value so that I can come now for partnerships. So I won't come for sponsorship.
What's customer bora? Explain to me.
Customer bora is we're just leveraging on community organizing and technology to promote proper waste management, create employment for young people in informal settlements, and reward responsible consumers. So we are setting up trash ATMs in different parts of the city where people can come and deposit trash, convert into points, and the points they can use on our website to buy stuff. And then the trash, once it's at the Taka Bank, the recyclers come and buy, and then we pay back the youth group.
That's sharp.
So
that's sharp.
That made sense to me. Now that's value. So when I have a conversation in Kenya Association of Manufacturers, it's a partnership. They see the value in it. I see value in partnering with them. So we don't ask them for money.
I get.
We ask them for something else. Now things started making sense. My msanii, when I launched it, it was supposed to be revolutionizing the industry, the entertainment industry. Because I was telling people in the industry, I don't care your name, I don't care if you're being played on TV or radio. We've been there, we've done that.
Yeah.
We've been played. So always in MBT, being played on radio doesn't change anything. It's good, of course, but it needs to lead to something. Are you selling CDs?
I remember.
Are you selling CDs? Are you getting shows? Are you getting downloads? It has to, it's like marketing, it needs to lead to something. Are you getting impact? Are you getting influence? So, and what are you working towards? So hizo ndio vitu zinaanza ku make sense later now after I launched my msanii. Unaona? Now just now creating value that I can exchange for partnerships. Now it started making sense. So I started getting into my senses. I started mingling with people because I don't mingle a lot with people. I wasn't tight with people sana. I only have 1 or 2 friends. I'm good. Unaona? So I wasn't anywhere. You couldn't see me anywhere. I used to be invited for stuff. I never went.
So then now let's lead into the actually 2 questions. One real one. So again, what blows my mind is how a guy from Dandora who used to struggle to get 20 bob can be friends with Bob Colimo, who has to declare his wealth. In the beginning, I was like, yo, what's this about? Then I realized later on, this is an authentic friendship. It's pure. Do you get what I mean? How did that come out? How did you guys even meet?
I don't know, me. I can't even trace it. But exactly what I'm saying, like it's Mseka Bob and all these people that we're friends, is authentic. It's not, and this was, of course, Bob has helped me 1 or 2 times when I needed like a personal, not the company.
Or not even, yes, as him as an individual.
As a friend, as somebody who is my godfather to my daughter and stuff, as a friend. Niaje Buddha. That as a friend.
The way Georgie, my business partner, can help me.
Exactly. And the wife the same. It's never because you're Bob Colimo. So my relationship with them is authentic. There's no give and take. It's authentic. It's not, because when we have relationship with these people, and I think it's the same. People always want things from them. Everybody wants something. No. So for me, I don't want anything. I don't want. If I need help, I'll say, but I don't need.
That's not where you're there.
And I'm not there because, and also he understands also that. No.
Exactly, and he can understand that because he's the one who's with you.
So
despite what comes out from the other side, you know.
No. So it's people, because it's a person. It's an individual that is an individual who wants to connect with other individuals.
The only reason why I asked that is because in Nairobi City, chums, it's amazing what people will do for chums. Guys will sell their souls for that thing, for the Kenyatta, for the money, for the things. I've been shocked what people can be able to do to get that thing.
And we have done it also. We also done it, but value. Like I wrote something. The next blog, maybe next week or something. I'm writing about. I wrote about why I don't kill mosquitoes and why I don't kill digriris, ants. Why I understand why Muslims have to do halal. And halal simply is because somebody prays before they kill the thing. I understand why. Because the same life form that is in me is the same life form that is in that thing.
And it has a purpose.
And it has a purpose. So in Amanisha, I can't just take its life.
Because it's disturbing you.
Because it's easy man is nanisumbuanga. Me, I don't kill nini. Why? It's because it's the same life form iko hapo ndani atakani ndogo aje. So I try as my level best to treat people as such. So Mimi, I'm trying. I'm not saying I'm perfect in it, but that's the understanding that I have. So when I'm with you, how can I connect with you more? You know, I'll listen more. I'll understand more. I don't hate as much people. I'm the softest guy ever. No, I don't hate on people because, like, when I used to drive, and I'm driving and I have extra 3 seats, and I see somebody on the road, I stop, and they are alone on the road walking. I stop, give them a lift to wherever they're going. Not because hey, mimi msempoa sana, because I understand.
You know what it is. You know what it is kutembea usiku bila fare. Kwa sababu una fare.
So the humanity Buddha in that. So even the money is a byproduct of something. Is a byproduct of relationships, is a byproduct of it. But we didn't understand that, of course. We thought money is how you hustle or how you do your deals.
It's true.
But it's never a byproduct of something, of relationships, of value exchange. So am I creating value enough to exchange with your money?
In fact, I say everybody has money in them. But then sometimes it takes you meeting somebody to extract that money. You get what I mean? So I come to Juliani right now and maybe I interview him, not because I want money of him, but I want people to hear his story. And through that, somebody watches this story and they love it and they then give you get whatever it is, and it's not money is a product. It's where they give you whatever it is that you need, maybe beans and all of these other things. Second last question. Because again, if it's just about music, we'll be here forever. But let's talk about your third album. I mean, your third album. One day, is it? Yes, let's talk about it. It wasn't as big as all your other albums in terms of mainstream airplay and all those other things. But why did you do it?